Hello, everyone. I'm Air. I'm the Executive Director of Compound. And thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. As you all may know, Compound is a creative and cultural space here in Long Beach, California. And we foster the intersection of contemporary art and wellness and community. And we have a monthly wellness speaker series, which spirits holistic health and well-being. And I just couldn't be more excited to have our special guest speaker here today, Ms. Koya Webb, who is just an incredible human through and through. We've been friends for quite a while now, so I'm super stoked to have her speak to you all today. And just a little brief background on Koya. She is an internationally recognized yoga and meditation teacher, celebrity holistic health coach, author, speaker, and vegan activist. She is also the founder of Get Loved Up, an international lifestyle community and yoga school that inspires mental, physical, and spiritual health. And she has been seen and featured on NBC, CBS, CNN, Oxygen, Yoga Journal, Fitness Healthy, and Essence Magazine. The woman is so dope, y'all, I'm telling you. And today she's gonna do a talk on her amazing book titled Let Your Fears Make You Fierce: How to Turn Common Obstacles into Seeds for Growth, which we all need for sure. So with that, I'll turn it over to Koya Webb. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Air. You are so amazing. I'm so happy to call you a friend. And I'm just grateful to see the community that you've created with the compound and how you're serving community worldwide. And you've, for so long, been championing this work and really invested in bringing health and wellness to the world. So I'm just happy to join you today, you and your team.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So, Compound Fam, I'm so excited to dive into my book. You all should have your digital copy so that you can follow along. If for some reason you don't have it yet, I will be listing the page numbers of things that we go over so that if you want to write those page numbers down and go back and go deeper into the practice later, you'll be able to do that as well. So, first, let's just get grounded and connected here. Even though we're over Zoom, we can still unite with that universal breath. So place your right hand over your heart and your left hand over your right. You can gently close your eyes or look down and take a deep inhale through your nose and slowly sigh it out through your mouth. Another inhale as slow as you can. And then as you sigh it out, go as slow as you can. Feeling the body surrender. Let's do one more breath. This time, inhale through the nose and hold the breath. And then slowly exhale as you sigh it out. So grateful for this moment to come together to just strengthen our knowledge mentally, spiritually, and also physically, guide our thoughts, guide our words, and guide our actions to be in alignment with love consciousness. And so it is. Ashe. All right. So I love to do just a little bit of grounding, a little bit of breath, because not knowing what anyone went through before this moment, it's always great to ground and center. Connecting with the breath to me is connecting to spirit. And it's something that we have when we're here, and it's something we won't need when we leave the human experience. And it's absolutely free. So when people ask, like, how do I practice my spirituality? I'm like, practice your breath. Practice understanding how the breath not only affects your nervous system, affects you physically, also mentally, bringing oxygen and life force energy into your body. So whenever you need to calm down, just remember that breathing, inhaling and exhaling slowly, holding the breath, then releasing it. And it can help trigger your parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you rest and digest and feel less stressed. All right. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I liked it. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is go over taking inventory. So you'll find this on page 16 of your book. And I have a couple categories here. If you feel like you want to add a category, take away a category, I am the woman of do you. I am just a guide. I am also not perfect, but I'm just here to give you some suggestions that I've learned along the way that's helped me get through trauma, helped me get through hard times. If you've read my book, you know I've been through a lot in this last 39 years of life. And in those years, I've understood that we have all these natural tools that can help us get through any trauma we happen to experience in this lifetime. And I'm excited to share them with you. So on page 16, you have 4 categories: health, relationships, career, and spirituality. And like I said, if you don't have the book, you can just write those down. Now, in each area, you want to give yourself a rating from 1 to 10, just how you feel right now. In health, I say I'm pretty much a 9. The only thing I can do better, I kind of added a little vodka in my green juice. So I could probably take that out. I know alcohol is not the best thing for me to do all the time, but been a little stressed this week. So I've been sliding that in. So I could take that out. But yeah, just give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how you doing? Again, it's not about being perfect. It's about just being honest with yourself and like where you are and then letting that go. Relationships. I think I'm gonna give myself a 7 on relationships because I've been like going through some tough times and communication and you know really understanding how to navigate like business and friendships, and it's been tough. And it's not just that whose fault is it or anything like that. It's just the area of relationships have been tough for me. So how have the area of relationships been for you? Give yourself a scale of 1 to 10. And then career. How are you doing on your career? Are you in a job that you love, whether you're an entrepreneur or working for someone else? If you're like, I do not want to do what I'm doing right now, give yourself a, you know, or 5 or below. If you're like, I love my job, it's so great, but you know, then you can give yourself from 5 to 10. So just really be honest, like where you are. Why it's so important to take inventory is because you can look after the practices, and after we go through a lot of this other stuff, you might make some different decisions about where you want to move in these areas. And the last area is spirituality. Do you feel like you're on purpose? Do you feel like you are living the life you want to live? Do you feel like you're speaking up when you need to? Do you feel safe? Do you feel grounded? Like that's spirituality. And the funny thing is like all of those things above spirituality can affect spirituality, right? So your health, your relationships, and your career sometimes can affect, but your spirituality can also help you align all those things, because when you tune in to the breath and you tune into the feelings that are always going on in your body, which we'll talk about when we talk about the chakra system a little later, you will realize that you can always bring it back to the breath. You can always bring it back to your purpose and feeling whole and complete. Any questions about that before we move to the next thing? So that is just taking inventory, and that is on page 16. Did anyone get any 10s? Do we have any 10s in any areas in the house? Yeah. If you had a 10, you can go off in the chat. How are you? Which area? I got it. Which area did you get your highest number in? Let me know in the chat. Which area did you get your highest number in? Mine would be spirituality. My spirituality is so on fleek, and that's why it's causing me to move and shift. Spirituality. Yeah, Serena had spirituality. Camille, health. Toka, career. Marcella, health. I missed some of the ones earlier. Ariane, career, health, spirituality, tied for 10. I love that. I love that. Love that. Love that. Awesome. Relationships, 8. I love it. G. And Riley, relationships, perfect. Serena, I love it. All right, cool. So let's go to our next section. Our next section that we're going to talk about is limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. So look at the area where you scored your lowest. Are there any limiting beliefs about your career, about your health, about your relationships, about spirituality? Are there anything in any of those areas where you're like, my health is, I'm like this because it runs in my family, or in relationships, like, yeah, I'm having this problem. That's just the way it is. Or, my career. Yeah, I never thought I could do that. I hate, are there any limiting beliefs? Spirituality, I just don't know what to believe. Like, are there any things that are holding you back? In any of those areas. Serena, yes, health. I'm not an athlete because elementary school PE is hard and stuck. Okay, good. Thank you so much. And the more you all go off in the chat, the more that we can really have some fun and be able to share here. So thank you so much, Serena. So what we're going to do today, if you have any limiting beliefs, you can list them in the chat and you can write them down. We're going to turn limiting beliefs into liberating affirmations. So Serena, can you think of a way to turn that around so that it's for you, working for you, than against you? What could you say that can just be telling of your health level right now that is true, that is empowering, and that can make you feel good about your health? I have so much to learn about strength. Yes, that's a good one. I have so much to learn about strength. I am strong. I am grateful for my body. Like, all of those things can help you. And the thing is, we're all going to have those thoughts, those limiting beliefs that pop up. But the practice, just like we practice yoga, just like we practice breath work, the practice is bringing that liberating affirmation around to coat and balance the energy. Because when we're thinking in lower vibrations of our limiting beliefs, it actually lowers our energy. But then we say, like, oh, well, I'm strong, or I have so much to learn, and you get excited, your energy goes up. So notice your energy when you switch your thinking, you switch that limiting belief to liberating affirmation. Camille, stuck in the status quo and fear of being first. Ooh, all right, Camille, I want to hear the liberating affirmation on that one. Because I know for me, I was the first one that went vegan. And when I tried to tell everyone about it, I felt like the scarlet letter. I felt like no one wanted to hear it. I felt like I was boring, annoying, and I had to learn to lead with love. But can you give me a liberating affirmation, Camille, about being first? What it means to be first, what it means to you to listen and follow your soul's calling. Do you have a liberating affirmation coming through? I love this. Same in my family, being vegan. Also, I have to trust that I have so much knowledge and love to share with others. Yes, y'all hear that? I have so much knowledge and love to share with others. So once she starts thinking, you know what, why do I have to be the first one? She automatically says, I have so much love and knowledge to share with others. And people need to hear it, because if not you, then who? If not now, then when? So it's all about us. Those people that invented things, the airplane, the car, the light bulb, they were first. And we wouldn't have some of the beautiful things that we have today if someone didn't commit to saying, okay, I'll do it. I'll show up. I'll be first. I got this. All right. So that's awesome. So I do this every single day. Every single day when I start to feel fear, and fear is just false evidence appearing real. That's all it is. Just false evidence appearing real. And I always like to look at fear as feedback, because a lot of times, even if it's false evidence, it's appearing real, and you can see real things happening out in the world. So what is that telling us? And the beautiful thing is, we can look at fear, we can look at atrocity and say, okay, what is that telling us? Where do we need more love? So fear is just feedback to where we need more love. We saw we need more community. We need more social justice. And so what's happening? All this chaos to show us where exactly we need it. All right. So we know it's not hidden. And we know, like, okay, we're going to have to pour some more love on this because it's there. We see it, needs to be loved. So that same thing happens with you internally. If your body is having a reaction to something, it's like, hey, I need some attention. I'm not balanced. I'm not feeling good. Or if one of those areas are low, it's just like, hey, I don't feel comfortable in this position. I don't feel comfortable in this relationship. So we want to start listening to the bodies and saying, I deserve the best things life have to offer. I deserve the best life has to offer. And then once you say that and you switch that limiting belief to a liberating affirmation, you feel your energy, your vibration rising. But if you stuff it down and you don't listen to your body, you don't listen to your intuition, your energy lowers. You get sad, you get stressed, maybe even depressed. I've been there before. And now I know once I start to feel my energy going down, I'm like, all right, let me just, where am I? What am I doing? Where do I need more love? Where do I need more care? Where do I need to shift in a relationship? Riley, health and career are at a low, but growing. I love that. I have the knowledge and kind of those who can't do teach. Yes, those who can't do, teach. I love that, which doesn't feel totally authentic. Trying to find more daily motivation because it's a winner in my soul as well as outside. That's really deep. Thank you, Riley. I love, 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 love that share. And I love that I have the knowledge. I have the knowledge. What if we just take that? I have the knowledge. I have the knowledge, and allow that vibration of I have the knowledge radiate through every cell. I have the knowledge. And now you're just thinking about, how do I share the knowledge? Is it physically? Is it auditory? Is it, how do you want to share this knowledge that you have? And I mean, whatever you decide to do is going to be blessed. And I know you personally, so I know it's going to be blessed. So just remember that each and every one of us in here is absolutely different. And you living to your fullest potential is going to be a blessing to the world. It is going to bless the world. It doesn't have to look like the way I do it. It doesn't have to look the way that someone on Instagram do it. It doesn't have to look the way someone in your family did it, or your parents did it, or your brothers or sisters did it. It just has to be you. And what happens when we look too much outside of ourselves and we let too many outside impressions press on our spirit, it can dampen it because we're not tuning into that internal guidance, the breath that we were talking about in the beginning. But we always have the breath to bring us back to that internal guidance, our own unique divine purpose. And that's what the tools are in this book about. Just using the breath, using the mindfulness, using the tools to bring you back to your purpose, back to your truth, back to healing anything that got you off-centered. So thank you so much, Riley, for sharing that. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. So in the book on page 51, I take you through the specific steps to really go through and change your limiting beliefs to liberating affirmations. Step one, you want to identify. So don't be afraid to say, you know what, this is what I'm struggling with, because it's just you and your journal. And I highly suggest getting a journal if you don't, or you have papers, if you want to paper clip them together. It's really powerful. If you want to write in this book, it's kind of like a workbook. We got some pages in the back, but you're welcome to write all over it. I do. And then you want to challenge them. Say, you know what? Why am I holding on to this? Do I really want to create this energy, this negative energy about myself? Because the more that you say it, words are energetic, thoughts are energetic, it does affect your reality. And then you want to switch them to positive. And then you want to learn, like, where did that come from? Because if it's coming from music, you want to be mindful of the music you're listening to. Is it coming from your family? You want to be mindful and let people know, you know what, this doesn't make me feel so good when you say that. For some reason, it makes me feel less than. Maybe it's in your job. Someone's saying something that's like, oh, every time they say that, I feel like crud. And being able to speak to those things so that they don't keep triggering these limiting beliefs in you. And that's number 4, learn from them. Learn what you need, especially if this limiting belief is repeating itself in your life. So identify them, challenge them, switch them to positive, and then learn from them. And that's on page 51. And I take you through some more practices and give you some examples in that. So definitely check that out and return to it as much as possible. All right, and now we're going to move. Any questions? I'll give a pause. If anything comes up for you, or you're like, oh, can you explain that a little bit more? Just feel free if you have any questions, you can either listen in the chat, or you're welcome to unmute yourself and talk to me. I got Marcella still hanging in here with me. It's beautiful to see your face. So if anyone else wants to turn your camera on so that I can see you, I always love to see faces, but if not, we totally respect that as well. All right, awesome. There's Camille. Hey, all right, awesome. All right, there we go. How do you pronounce your name? Shiva?
It's Shiva.
Shiva. I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So I got some faces here. It makes me happy. I'm definitely a human connection, personal touch. Even though I can't touch you to see you, it has to do it for me right now. Okay. All right. So the next thing we're going to go to is A team, page number 70. Who is your A team? Do you have a best friend, or who is a person in your life that you can go to and talk about anything with? Do you have that? Do you have that person that acts as the best friend? Sometimes the best friend could be a parent, a cousin. Sometimes the best friend is your journal or God, spirit. So who is your best friend? I have two screens, so if it look like I'm off in a distance, I'm actually reading along the other screen. Oh, thank you. Absolutely fine. So do you have that? So best friend number one, and then number two, a mentor. Do you have someone in your life that you look up to, that you can go to for advice? For many years and still now, like my mentor is Oprah. Like I don't physically get to talk to her, but I watch her life and the things. And then Michelle Obama is another mentor of mine. And then I got a physical mentor who I'm taking her yoga teacher training now, Tracy Stanley. So I have someone that I can talk to now, but don't worry if you have a mentor that you just watching from a distance that you can't speak to. But just think about there's someone out there doing that are an inspiration to what you want to do, how you want to show up in the world, how you want to love. It's good to have that, because when you start to get down, you can look to that person for inspiration, especially if you know their personal story and how they push through. A mentor can be really great. So it's important now too that we're separate, to have people that you can reach out to at least once a week. If it's not family, maybe a friend. If not a friend, maybe a mentor. But just remember, you're not in it alone. Even coming to this course is really, really great, because you realize that, you know what, I want to dive deeper. I want to unpack some things. I want to let my fears make me fierce, So I think it's really great that you decided to like really unpack and take this time for yourself. So A team is really important, and that is on page 70. Any questions about the A team? Do you have any advice on how to find a physical, more personal mentor? Yes. And let me tell you, I have been on Clubhouse. So LinkedIn is what I would have said before Clubhouse, because there are more professional people there. You can also use Instagram or any social media. Facebook is a really good place, but LinkedIn is more professional depending on what you're looking for. But the reason I like Clubhouse is because if unless someone's doing videos, you really don't like, I can feel people through their voice, right? And so on Instagram you can't, and also on LinkedIn you can't, but on Clubhouse I'm hearing these people speak and I'm specifically attracted, and I resonate with some people more than others. And so right now I've reached out to probably 4 or 5 people in the DMs, and I'm like, I want you to be my mentor, because I'm doing some different things in my business and I need help. I can't do it by myself. I'm growing and I need help. And that's okay to mention that you need help no matter where you are on the journey. I think we all, if we are trying to elevate, we need help, and that's okay. So I would say my favorite place right now is Clubhouse. So I go on there, you look at the rooms that you like. You do have to have an iPhone. So if you don't have an iPhone, I think it's going to take a little bit for them to get that because they're still in beta. But I like looking at, I like business, I like spirituality, I like wellness. So I'll go in. Right before this class, I went to a breathwork one. And I was, just listening to other teachers talk about the power of breath. And it's good to get other perspectives. I really enjoyed it. And so, yeah, I would say Clubhouse is my number one. And then I would say LinkedIn. And then I would probably say Instagram or Facebook, depending on, usually more family and friends on college people that you might have lost touch with that can also be really good mentors on Facebook and Instagram, more so maybe people that you haven't seen before, but you just like their style. So I would, it works on iPad. Awesome, Riley. I would definitely suggest reaching out on social. That's the way I found my mentors. There might be mentorship programs out there. Another thing that I really like is masterminds. So I have a wellness entrepreneur mastermind, if you're a wellness entrepreneur, where every Sunday I mentor and help people grow. So if you find someone, and it's getting more popular where you just sit in groups, usually small groups under 20 people, you sit and you talk about specific subjects and things like that. So I think masterminds are also just looking out there and whatever area you in, and then mastermind, and you can see the mastermind. So it might be like a reading mastermind, or an entrepreneurship mastermind, or a spiritual mastermind. So there are some things out there like that. Let's see, that's right up my alley. I love it. Awesome. All right, so let's go to page 84 and 85. So on page 84 and 85, we're really talking about know thyself. And how many of you have watched Runaway Bride with who was it with? Was it Julia Roberts? Was that Runaway Bride? It's such a good movie. And it's so, and those of you who haven't, spoiler alert, close your ears if you don't, if you haven't seen it, but I'm not going to give the story away. I don't think so. But, she did not know what she wanted in a man. But the reason that she didn't know what she wanted in a man is because she did not know herself. And it went through this thing, the whole movie, where the man was like, what kind of eggs do you like? She's like, whatever you like, and she really just didn't have her own things that she liked. So if whatever a man, or however a man was, she was like, okay, well, I like what you like. I do what you do. Like, almost reminds me of Coming to America, like, like whatever you like, and I'll do it. So it's really important to know thyself. So in this part of the book, I take you through, we even get like really clear, like your blood type, your allergies, any chronic pain, but your favorite hobby, your favorite color, your favorite book, your favorite brand, your favorite vacation spot. You really get to dig deep here. So I want you all to share with me, any interest, like what is your favorite, which one do we want to do? Let's do favorite vacation spot, because we're on lockdown. But if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Can anyone guess where I would go? I'm going to take it. This is where I want to go for my birthday. I think that's how you say it. Turks and Caicos. Me, the Maldives for sure. Back home to Arizona. Yes. Emily wants to go to Bali. Oh, I think that's the last place I went before the lockdown. I had a New Year's in Bali. Or was it Kemet? I think I went to Egypt as well that year. And Costa Rica, where do you want to go? If you could go anywhere. Zimbabwe, yes, Camille. Southern Italy, Danielle. Oh, y'all are taking me all around the world right now. Where would you go if you could go anywhere? And let's just take a moment to close our eyes. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, bring your shoulders to your ears. And exhale, circle them back down and around. Inhale, shoulders to your ears. And exhale, back down and around. Round your back, tuck your chin into your chest, just moving your body just a little bit. And then melt your heart forward as you arch your back and look up. Again, round, chin to chest. And then arch as you look up. And then come to stillness. And in this moment, I want you to visualize yourself on that adventure. What do you see? What do you feel? See if you can feel the joy sensations in your body of being in this place, in this vibration. Make sure you're continuing to breathe as you visualize. Take a deep inhale, or any smells coming in. And exhale, sigh it out. Allow yourself to bathe in this experience. Allow the joy to continue to vibrate through your body, being in your favorite place or being somewhere exciting. Now that we've taken this quantum leap into the future, I want you to take something from the future to bring back with you that will remind you of your experience. Just pick up one thing. Another deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. And then slowly blink your eyes open. All right. Let me know in the chat what you brought back with you. What did you take from your adventure to bring back with you to remind you? What did you bring back? I brought back a big, beautiful seashell. Oh, I'm not the only one who brought back the seashell, a video of the clear crystal sea. Nepal brought back a little jar of dirt. Yes. Creole desert plant. Did I say that right? Creosote?
Creosote.
Creosote. I love that. A flower from Hawaii. Yes. Put right in your hair. I love that. A bunch of hydrangeas. I love that. And gelato. All right. Awesome. We know that's from Italy. Yes, they have the best. All right. So how was that? It's such a good thing. And I don't know how many of you meditate on a daily basis, but if you find it hard to meditate, one of my biggest meditation hacks is to just think about your happy place. So think about where you wanted to take a venture and just take yourself there. And the joy it brings you will help your stress levels, will help you calm down. And then maybe you could do it before sleep. It can help you sleep calmer. It can help just bring your stress levels down, calm down your nervous system. So hopefully that helps you in the future. Just that quantum adventure leap into the future. All right, now continuing on page 85, I go into what are your 3 core values? So really knowing what your values are really important, because once you know, just like the show Runaway Bride, once you knew what type of eggs she liked, the movie she liked, then she was able to pick someone that complemented her versus her complimenting whoever. Because when you just do whatever someone else wants, there is something that you like and you start to get resentful, right? And that resentfulness lowers your vibration. But if you know what you like, you can communicate what you like, you can compromise, and that's lifting your vibration because you're expressing yourself. But if you're always like, oh, I'll do whatever, it's not being true to yourself. It's not being true to your soul desires. Because even if you're best friends with someone, no matter what's going on, no one is going to be all the way yes all the time, whether it's a friend, a loved one. And you really want to be able to tell people, oh, I'm not sure, or maybe, or even no, whenever you feel that in your body. And that's full expression, which we'll get into more with the chakra systems. But we go on to talk about what motivates you to work hard. Just think, the more you start to know your core values, what motivates you to work hard, the more you'll be able to pick these things up so that you can be fierce. And all that is living unapologetically, mentally, spiritually, and physically, in everything that is alignment with your soul. Right? So it's about living from a soul-centered space, unapologetically, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So these things are going to help that, right? Okay, your proudest accomplishment. What is your proudest accomplishment? What have you done that makes you feel good? And this can be great because when you're feeling like, oh, I just can't get this, or, I'm not teaching what I want to teach, just think about that greatest accomplishment. It brings your vibration up because you know what? I'm good at something. I did that thing, right? And that can really help get you back on goal. So yeah, that's a really great thing to go back and visit. And then my favorite part of the book and the most talked about part of the book is the most talked about part of the book are the chakras, and that's on page 99. The reason I love this personally is because I didn't know anything about the chakras growing up as a Southern Baptist girl in the South. I know nothing. And my parents like chakras, when I told them about it, they had no idea. And they are so telling because we all get that lump in our throat sometimes. We all get that gut feeling, but what does that mean? Why is that happening? Well, it is just our spiritual energy centers meant to keep us safe, right? So I'm going to go through here. I wrote like pages like on each one, but I'm going to go through and just tap on different things. But in the book, you actually have a quiz with each chakra or wheel of energy. So you can see if you're overactive, underactive, or balanced, right? So you have the little quiz you can take. Light is blowing me out here. So you take the quiz and then you see if you're overactive, underactive, or balanced. And then I give you tips for balancing each chakra. This is probably the thing, though, I guess the practice that is not like yoga or breath work that I do, where I can definitely see when I work on those things that balance that chakra, I could definitely see a difference. So I do highly suggest that. So working with the root chakra. So your root chakra is you're at the bottom of your tailbone. Most of us are sitting down. Each one has a quiz. So different pages starting on 99 or 100. All the way to the page 115. So you have those quizzes on all those pages. So your root chakra is located at the tailbone. So that's all about safety and security. And you could see why most people are having a lot of mental health problems and suicides because our root chakra has been shaken. We do not feel safe. A lot of people do not feel safe, right? And so when you feel that, you want to do grounding things like you want to wear red, you want to eat grounding foods, you want to say affirmations like, I am safe and secure. I am safe and secure. Even if someone's knocking at your door or like there's a hurricane outside, you saying I am safe and secure is going to balance your body. So your body you don't start shaking or hyperventilating. So it's a way to keep you grounded, even if danger is close. And so this is not to say danger doesn't exist. And if you do this, everything will disappear. It's more so how you regulate and keep yourself balanced so that your body isn't overreacting, trying to protect you, right? So that's located at the base of the tailbone. The color that governs it is red. I'm wearing red, so feeling really grounded today. And yeah, I have some suggestions on colors and crystals. Those are all on page 99. For the root, it's for survival and grounding. The location, tailbone, the crystal, garnet, and the essential oil, cedarwood. So I'm a firm believer in the value. Again, you don't need anything but your breath, but I love plants. I love singing bowls. I love crystals. I love essential oils. So any of those things you want to add, you can't, but you don't need them. They are pieces of nature that can enhance your experience in different ways. But I just want to totally say that you don't need those things to connect with your breath, to connect with spirit, but they do have a way to enhance what you're feeling, how you're breathing. They have ability, crystals move energy in your body. So if you would like to play with crystals and sacred wood like sage and Palo Santo to shift energy, 100%. I have tried the things. At first I was like, this doesn't work. But it does. It does. And so I give you some suggestions in here if you want to try any of those things. Any questions about the root chakra? What page is the quiz again? The quizzes are from page 99 to 115. 99 to 115. Awesome. All right, now let's go to the sacral chakra. So that's right above the root, underneath the navel. You can place your hand there and feel. For us women, I don't know if we have men, but it is our womb space, right? So it's all about expression and sensuality, right? So sometimes when we're not allowed to express, or if we're dancing and someone says, that's you're being too sexy or you're being too sensual, sometimes we cannot stop expressing ourselves and we can have pain there. Or if we were told like something about the women's cycle or something, our body is just like needing to be shamed or guilt, a lot of times we can have some trouble in this area. So the color that governs this area is orange. So eating oranges, I actually have a chakra smoothie challenge where I take each chakra, I make a smoothie for it. I have a couple on my Instagram because food and the color of food affects you energetically. Everything in the world is energetic, and that everything can either lower your vibration, be neutral with your vibration, or lift your vibration. So think of that when you think of the things that you bring in your house, when you're consuming music, when you're consuming food, it's either lowering, raising, or keeping it neutral. So it's really important to bring things in. And when it comes to the sacral chakra, it's all about sexuality and passion. It's located below the navel. The crystals are moonstone and carnelian, and the essential oils are sweet orange and lang lang. So I love sweet orange. I put it in my smoothie. I have the doTERRA one that you can't ingest all essential oils, so make sure it says a supplement on there. Just want to make that caveat before you ingest. But I love sweet orange and lang lang. I love putting that on my body. It has a very like aphrodisiac, rich, calming type of energy. And then any questions about the sacral chakra? And also in the book, I share that, different assault that I experienced. So working on this area for me was huge. I actually have a huge rose quartz crystal that I would put on my stomach, and that raises the vibration, not only of my sacral, but the one we're going to next, which is the solar plexus, standing in my power. So if you've ever been harmed or abused or put down or shamed, a lot of times it can actually harm or energetically imbalance both of those areas. So working on standing up for yourself, standing in your power, expressing yourself sensually, enjoying food, really being expressive in that way, in that divine feminine way, those things can help nurture this area. And for your solar plexus, the color is yellow and as bright as the sun. And that's what I want you to think about when you think of like shining your light, just really lighting the whole world with your essence that stems from your womb space and that stems from your stomach, and seeing those essences of orange and yellow just go out towards the world. And for the solar plexus, it is all about confidence and self-respect. So respecting yourself, being confident, showing up fully, not feeling like you have to back down or be less than to be loved. And then it is located right under the rib cage. The crystal is citrine. So if you're working with that and you like crystals, citrine would help that area, help energize and balance that area. And the essential oils are bergamot, velvetier, and juniper. All right, any questions about the solar plexus? Yellow. Okay. And then we're gonna go on. After solar plexus is the heart. A lot of people love to work with the heart chakra because after a heartbreak, the heart takes a hit. The heart chakra takes a hit. If someone's ever said something or done something to harm you, sometimes that can affect the vibration of our heart chakra. So it really governs how we give and receive love. And some of us are naturally, because of the way we're raised, we're just givers, but we don't know how to receive. We don't know how to ask for what we need. That's all about the ability to give and receive love. Even thinking you have to do something to be loved also can negatively affect the heart chakra. But when you realize just breathing, you're breathing in oxygen from nature and you're breathing out carbon dioxide. So just that flow, you're in perfect balance. You are whole and complete. Even if you didn't do anything else, you're in perfect balance with nature. And so whenever you feel yourself getting off on a tangent of whether you feel loved or not, just bring yourself back, go out in nature, look at nature on TV if you can't see it from wherever you are. And just remember that you're in perfect balance. Just breathing, you're in perfect balance with nature. Awesome. And I'm just going to keep going through, but if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat. And then the throat chakra. So the color, and the color that governs the heart is green. Green or rose, right? I love rose quartz, and the crystals are rose quartz, emerald, or jade, located at the chest, love and compassion, and the essential oils are rose and bergamot. So if you have some rose or bergamot, you could put it on your heart. You could rub it on your neck. And it's going to help you as you inhale, it's going to help you feel more grounded, more connected. All right. And then the throat chakra, which is located, of course, on your throat. This is, and I don't know about you all, but if I don't speak my truth, I will get a lump in my throat. I can lose my voice. There was a singer, I don't know what her name was, but that happened to her. She lost her voice completely. And I remember my father asked me, "What's wrong with you?" I was like, and what happened was I was in a relationship and I was unhappy, but I didn't say it. I couldn't say it. And I didn't want to hurt him, but I was just like, I don't want to be here, but I couldn't say it. And so slowly I just literally completely lost my voice. And so I finally spoke up and was like, I don't want this. And then my voice came back. It's so weird. It's so weird. But also I'm super empathic. That's not like super normal. I'm super sensitive. So I'm sensitive to my energy and I'm also sensitive to other people's energy. So if I don't speak up for myself or for someone else, my body is just saying, hey, guess what? We're trying to talk to you and we're trying to talk to that person next to you. But either way, I'm going to feel it. So if you're extremely sensitive, you know what I mean. And if not, congratulations. This is not always the funnest thing because again, you're feeling for yourself and others at all times. So even being inside with the pandemic, it allowed me to balance and ground more. So I don't have to, I can go deeper in my spirituality and my sharing without, I was traveling a lot and I didn't realize with all that traveling, I was constantly balancing myself against what I was experiencing in nature. And now that I've been home more, I've actually been able to pour out and do more and share more and teach more. And that has been amazing. And I'm grateful for that. Although I miss hugging people and I miss seeing people and touching people in person, but it's been interesting to see how my energy has become more grounded and balanced. And even my spiritual practice have become more heightened because I'm not running around as much. I'm not running to here, running to get the nails done. Everything is just a little bit more grounded. So I feel like sometimes we can just have great gratitude, even though there are a lot of things that are not great about this time. I feel like really grounding and writing down those things that are better, maybe more time with family. I know that's not great for some people, but the part of it that is really writing those things down so we don't forget of the beauty of this time, especially when it comes for internal reflection and building ourselves up, building our confidence, building our voice. It's really important. And for the throat, it's all about expression and creativity. So whether it be writing, drawing, and also the chakras balance. So the throat chakra is also very connected to the sacral chakra when it comes to creativity and expression. And really, when you express yourself and when you really speak your truth, that allows you to go up. And as you can see, the more you go up, the more you get into divinely expressing yourself fully. So now we'll go to the crown. The third eye, which is the center of your forehead, and it governs your intuition. Right. So the things that we get this hunch like, oh, you know what, that I thought about that and I didn't say anything. I had this feeling. I felt like something was speaking to me or tapping me on my shoulder. Those things are real. Those feelings are real. And the more you learn to tune into them and breathe into them and follow them, you're like, wow. Instead of saying, I thought about that, you're like, yep, I thought about that and I did it, right? You start to follow your intuition more. And the color that governs the third eye is indigo. And the location is forehead. Crystals are sapphire, Henniker diamond, and the essential oils are sandalwood, juniper, and thyme. So if you're really working with the area, eating those things, bringing those crystals, all those things can help. And also when you meditate, just bringing the energy to this area or to any chakra area is going to help raise the vibration. It's going to help balance the area in addition to the food and the clothes and writing and all the other suggestions that I give you in the book. And the last area is the crown. So this is all about divine alignment, really allowing yourself to be grounded. And your crown chakra is all about really opening to that divine guidance, spirit, God, always speaking to you at all times. This never leaves. It's always there for you to tap into it, right? And so really knowing that, it really gives us faith. That's where your faith comes in, so that no matter what you're experiencing, if you tap back into what is my purpose? Why am I here? it can help you get through some of the hardest times. It can help you get through the most deepest thoughts of uncertainty, just knowing that, you know what, I'm just going to do the best I can today. I'm going to enjoy today, and I'm going to sit and meditate and see what comes through, see how I can be guided, see how I can show up at this time. And I think this is really important. And for the crown, it's about connection and wisdom on what to do with your body, what to eat, how to be. You actually already know. People can inspire you and guide you, but most of the time when I work with clients one-on-one or in groups, I'm always just guiding them right back to themselves for their own answers that are already there, because we're all unique and different. So that's going to look different for each person. Location is above the head. The crystals are clear quartz, white jade, and pyrite, and the essential oils are frankincense and rosemary. So I actually sleep with I sleep with rose quartz and clear quartz, and frankincense I wear every single day, and it really does help, especially if you're doing a lot of spiritual work, a lot of healing with people. Really making sure all of your chakras are aligned is good, and just notice how they build up. So if your root is off and you don't feel safe and secure, it affects all of the chakras. Right. If your sacral is off, again, it affects all. And I could go deeper in this. I could talk about this for a whole hour by itself. But any questions about the chakras? Any questions about our spiritual energy centers before we move on? Has anyone done any of the quizzes yet? Serena, thank you so much for teaching us all about this. I'm new to learning about the chakras and definitely had a limiting belief of, is this for me? But I've learned so much during this workshop about how to show up for my body and how my body shows up for me. Yes. And that's what it's all about. Because when I first saw it, I was like, what? But then when you do it, the proof is in the pudding, and I always tell people it's okay to have doubt and things like that, or wonder. That's the same thing I did with yoga. I was an athlete. I was like, is this for me? This hurts. They're smiling. Don't feel blissful here. Don't feel blissful at all, And then I realized, like, okay, in the beginning, it might not feel blissful and it might be a little bit confusing, but if we can just, take it, just a little bit at a time and start to feel the results of it, then eventually we start to realize the benefits of the yoga practice, the breath, working with the chakras, all the different things. I did a whole workshop where each week was a chakra. Oh, that's nice. We did tapping each session in relation. It was pretty. Oh, I love that, Marcella. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm actually going to I'm trying to see how I want to do it on Clubhouse, because Clubhouse has been really fun for me. So I want to do something regarding the chakras on there. And I also have an online course coming up on the chakras. We did the smoothie online course, and then we did, what else did we do? We did a bath. So basically this chakra bathing meditation. So if you're into bath, we had like the things that you put into it, the affirmations for each day. So it was a 7-day chakra bath meditation. I loved it. It was great. All right. And I think I had one more thing. Time is just flying here. Okay. Well, the last thing was just visioning. And some of you all have made a vision board. I think all of us has made a vision board. But once you kind of go through the book and you get these practice, you really want to visualize, like, ideally, what would my ideal life look like? What would my ideal life look like? If you could have it your way, you want to close your eyes and start to visualize that ideal life. Just visualize what it would look like to wake up at a certain time, to do your rituals and routine, to do work that you love, and to do something good for your body, to make the food you love. And you really want to take yourself on this journey. You want to do it as often as possible. You could do it like I wake up, I go to the bathroom, I come back and I close my eyes and I just visualize, and in taking that time in the morning, instead of just rushing out or just slapping the alarm clock a couple of times, but just wake up and just bring that sense of calm and that sense of gratitude. Some people like to gratitude journal in the morning. It can really help you go into the day in a more balanced place and connect it with your purpose, connect it with your soul. So that's on page 135. I talk about your vision board, and I also talk about your vision list, your ideal career, your ideal partner, your ideal living situation, your ideal vacation, your ideal mood, right? So you could write down all those things and just think about your ideal, because sometimes we think about what we don't want more than what we do want. Like, I don't want to be stuck in this house. I don't want to be stuck with this person. Like, I don't want this. But if we actually think about, you know what, this is what I want. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. Actually raises our vibration, whereas thinking about what we don't want lowers our vibration. So let your fears make you fierce. It's all about seeing fear as your friend, seeing fear as feedback to places that need to grow, and how you take those seeds, take them as seeds for growth. So right now we're just planting, working with the chakra, doing all that. We're planting the seeds for your optimal health and wellness. And then as you continue to nurture the garden, water the garden by doing these practices, you have growth, and you'll notice, like, I'm a stronger person, I'm a happier person if you continue working on checking in with yourself, checking in with your soul, checking in with your purpose. One day you wake up and you're like, wow, I feel on purpose. And you still might have days where you wake up and say, oh, I feel off. And you go like, you know what, let me balance my third eye. I mean, it gets like that. And I never thought I was going to be that person, but I am. I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling a little like off today. Let me look and see what crystal I need. And so it really has become a daily tool that I use to make sure that I'm balanced, not only for myself, but also for others. And the world is a better place when we learn how to take care of ourselves, how to nurture ourselves. That's also going to help us nurture others. And then we're living in a healthy world when we're all more mindful. So that's all I got for you today. I really enjoyed this opportunity. If you have any questions, any last minute questions, you can put them in the chat. Camille, I had a recent transformation experience of working to open up my heart chakra after a difficult loss last year. This is so affirming. Yes, Camille, congratulations. Yes, I have a couple of videos on YouTube where I actually take you through breath work. And I did it when we were in the middle of like all the protests and everything. So if you want to go check that out. I have crystals, I have a couple breath work, yoga practice. Yeah, you could check me out on YouTube if you want to go through those practices. And of course, I have just so many resources out there, including the book, which you all got a free copy of. I'm so happy to just donate that to everyone. So if you didn't get yours, just let everyone know and I'll make sure that you get that. Thank you so much. Apologies for hiding behind the camera. I had a hard day emotionally, spiritually, releasing intense and energetic blocks, but the universe truly had my back at this event was today. This was so great. Thank you for holding this space. Thank you so much, Melissa. And don't even apologize. Like, I don't mind at all. I love to see your face, but man, I know how it is to go through some hard stuff. I mean, I went through some hard stuff. I did cord cutting on the new moon, and talk about people. I had 3 transitions in my life and it was heavy. It was hard for me. So I'm just now getting to be okay. That's why I was putting that vodka in my green juice. I was like trying to handle it. I needed some help. And then I didn't have enough crystals. So sometimes you just go back to those old habits. But yeah, again, it's not about being perfect. It's just about using those tools to the best of your ability and just coming back to, loving yourself and taking care and nurturing yourself. And if you nurture yourself, you can come back to balance with your soul. Marcella, thank you so much. You fit it all in perfectly while taking the time to interact with us. Your authenticity shines through. Thank you for being you and taking the time to be here. Your work and community in this community is appreciated. Thank you so much. I love that you share your humanity and journey. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's, I think sometimes, especially being a teacher and teaching teachers, we think we have to be perfect, but we don't have to be perfect. And it's okay to have flaws, and it's okay to fall down. It's okay for your vibration to be low and be sad and be angry. Like, all those things are a part of our humanness, and they are signals that we don't need to stuff down, but we need to acknowledge. Because once we acknowledge those real emotions, then we can do the work to lift our vibrations, to take care of what we need to take care of, to be okay, versus just saying, I'm not going to listen to my body. I'm not going to listen to our emotions. Our emotions, just like fear, they're our best friends. They're just telling us, I'm not okay. Right. So let's just take a minute to ground down. I don't know if air is still here or coming back on, but I'm just going to breathe you out. Place your right.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're
Yes,
here?
I am. Thank you.
Okay.
You can take us out, but it was really wonderful, and I hope everyone got a really good dose of chakras and what it's really like to face your fears. So it's just really beautiful. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Air. I really appreciate you. And like I said, anytime you're feeling fear, anytime you're scared, just remember it's just feedback. It's just feedback. I need that orange smoothie. Tell me about it. I'm very, very much hungry right now. All right. Place your right hand over your heart, your left hand over your right. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, sigh it out. Deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh it out through your mouth. This time, inhale and hold the breath. And slowly sigh it out through the mouth. Bringing the hands to heart center. We are so grateful for this time together. We're so grateful for the love, the laughter, and the letting go. We're grateful for the guidance, the divine guidance and alignment. And we know we are divinely supported and provided for. And so it is. Ashe. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide today. I appreciate you and I thank God for you.
Thank you, Koya.
Thank
Be
you.
well.
Thank you.